me to appreciate your will. I know you got an elevator in your house, but with me you appreciate the steps. Act like you don't wanna see how much of this Jack Daniels you can handle. You wanna drink and get cut like Rambo, and let me drive your daddy's Lambo. Take me up to Beverly.
Alright YouTube, time for the next little update here. I haven't done hardly anything on this for like 2 weeks. Haven't not had the time, and I'm probably not going to do too much on it in the next 2 weeks. I just don't have the time, but that's fine. You know, this is the slowish build like I was talking about. But what I have done is I got the windows tinted. As you know, I already plasti dipped the side window. But the back window I didn't want to plasti dip. I wanted to tint it because the plasti dip scrubs off and looks bad. And the side windows, if I have this unlocked, which I don't, let me get my key out, the side windows are going to get covered up. So, it's not a big deal. But, the back window will be exposed, and I just don't want to scuff it, you know, if I have things riding around in here. These side windows are going to get panels built over them, and that's one of the next things I'd like to work on. Today I'm going to put a little time into it and maybe put my trim panels back in, the stock ones, so that I have a place to start building my my new panels and meet them up so it looks somewhat stock and like it's supposed to actually be there. So the side windows aren't going to be concerned because they get covered. Back window, and then so I got that tinted, and then since I got that done, I decided I would go ahead do a tint strip on the windshield. And then those of you who aren't in California might ask, well, why the heck don't you just do everything 5%, or at least do the whole windshield something? Because California legally you're only supposed to be able to go to this line here, and I've already gone past that, so I'm not going to push it. So all I did is put a 5% strip on there. I did these windows a few years ago, 70%. That's the maximum allowed in California for your front, but California allows you to do whatever you want in the back, which is great because I have no way to see through the back. So that just clarifies the tinting situation. So I did do that, and then I also put new mirrors on. These are the Jeep's 1997 and up style mirror for the Cherokee. They're a little more modern looking and lighter weight, and then a little bit larger so I can see better. And then they're also positioned farther back so that I have a better view of them. So I'm really happy with that because I can see a lot more. I think they look good, and in conjunction with the tint, the car is starting to look a little bit more modernized. Obviously the rims are old style stock. For years I've had those. I've never decided to change them. I kind of like the gray on tan look of the rims. I've always considered doing black, but I don't know what I want yet with rims. I don't really have that in the plans right now because I'm not really too concerned. That will be later on though. I do want to get rims and bigger tires. Not taller, but just bigger, because these are kind of narrow. But I was going to just run these down in a year or two, probably get a new set and do the rims. I do need to replace the rear axle because it's having some issues, and I want to get disc brakes. So that's going to be something to probably go along. And then this build that needs to happen because I need some better braking ability and a tougher rear end, so possibly get that done in the next few months. And then the rims and tires, I'm just gonna have to hold out until I decide I want to do that. But overall I like the look of the car. It looks just stock enough that it's not going to catch your eye, you know, too much, but it's clean. A lot of people are like, well, why don't you lift it more? Why don't you do more to it? And I just say, well, it's going to be a little top heavy. It already is. I don't want to go any taller. It handles really nice where it is. It drives phenomenal for what a Jeep is, where it sits, and so I'd like to leave it that way. And I'm not into big flashy stuff like crazy, you know, so, you know, stock bumpers and everything still. I do plan on doing a few things. They're not really on my priorities list. So for anybody who judges the car that way, that's my car, and I'm not too interested in that right now. I want it to be clean, but near stock enough that I'm not going to get seen by all these police and pulled over constantly because I look like somebody who is bumping the base. With this, I can kind of get away with it because you don't really suspect much. But it's a good looking car to me. So, I mean, I've done a lot of things to it. Motor runs great. I've got exhaust and air intake. I've got the nice shocks all the way around. I've got pretty decent tires. The whole 9 yards. I've gone through this car. It runs like a top. It runs awesome. So I don't want to compromise it any more than I am with the wall. So that kind of explains where I'm at with the car itself. I do have plans, but nothing in the near future, nothing major. I just want to get the wall playing. I want to get that going. What else have I done? So I got the tint. The only other thing I've done is I patched all my screw holes and sanded everything in the box. That is the only real work I've done on this lately. So you can see I got that wood putty in all the little holes. I gotta go over and sand it again. And then I finished making my seal here to the roof, making that strong. I mean, I don't know, not much going on. But I have ordered a bunch of things online. I got all the rest of the wiring I need. I got headliner material, so I can go ahead and get my headliner in, start installing my interior again. Once I do that, I'm able to do my baffle, because it needs to contour the interior. And without the interior being installed, I really couldn't do the baffle yet. And my original plan was, you know, the 2 subs and a port here. I'm still keeping that, but being that I do have some competition blood in me where I want to get kind of good numbers out of this but still be able to demo like crazy, it was hard for me to settle for just a port that's tuned to whatever it is. And so I'm beginning to think about doing a removable port, which in that case involves a little bit more engineering, but I think it'll work pretty good. So probably doing a removable port so they can pull it out and have a higher tuning, so they'll put up some good numbers on the meter, and then be able to put the port back in and play daily, which might give me some better scores. It might expand my ability to do anything on the meter, so I'm not completely locked in to a port setup. You know, it won't be like the preferred burp setup because the wall's still tailored to daily use, but at least I could give myself the ability to change tuning, which could yield a dB or 2 in the long run. I don't know. But so that's kind of where I'm at. I think what I'm going to do, today's Thanksgiving, so I'm going to be with the family, but I decided to come out for a few hours, and I'm just going to put a little bit of my interior back in so that when I get some wood, I can go ahead and build panels to mount inside. This is going to get carpeted black, and all my panels I built are going to get carpeted black, and then just have the trim accent, the stock trim. So it's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Do have my battery just floating around in here, and underneath all this, my DC 90.4 4-channel amp, so I can play my mids and highs, because it's a real bummer not having any music. So at least I got a little music, a lot of the wiring's installed. I just gotta actually start building the amp racks and mounting and wiring, and then do the front baffle and figure out my port situation. So I'm looking at about 4 more sheets of birch, the 4-bit sheets, and I should be pretty much done. I do plan on upholstering the front with vinyl and painting black accents You'll see that later on as I go, just to make it look good. So that's probably one of the last things I'll end up doing. So I'm just playing the waiting game. I gotta get some time and I gotta get a little more money so I can buy wood, but everything else is already ordered on its way. So there are quite a few things I'll be able to do once I get my order of goodies, and then we'll just save up a little bit for some wood. You know, 300 bucks should get it. Should finish me off. So we're not that far away. It's just going to be a lot of time and work. So anyway, guys, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day, kind of tank around on this, and then go eat. So. To see more great videos, hit that subscribe button. You can also find me on Google+, follow me on Instagram, and join the all-new Facebook page to keep up with all things car audio.
And so, try my beats.